selling nothing. Zero. Toxic chemicals. Aspartame is the most valuable. So more lie, more toxic you have. Facebook, what kind of knowledge comes out of Facebook? Zero. Yet, this richest guy. Tesla, the most toxic vehicle you can create. Boom, richest guy. SpaceX, name it. What is it called? Airbnb doesn't have a single hotel, but the biggest business, hotel business. So they are selling just connections. They are selling nothing. In connection, selling connection is haram. In Islam, Prophet said you cannot be a middleman. I should not be paid just because I know Chaman Ali and Chaman Ali is a big businessman. You can only reach him through me. It's haram. And that's the biggest income.
Can we say that crypto and the digital monies are haram?
Exactly. It is following that trend, and we'll discuss that. It's creating value out of nothing. So what is the spending guideline? Number one, top, charity.
Charity is also haram?
No, it is Islamic guideline.
Oh.
It's completely opposite. You see, who says in the West, only charity they donate, it actually makes them more money. They get tax credit. Every charitable foundation, you can take that out, is a fraud. It's a tax shelter. I have inherited $100 million. If I keep it that with me, I have to pay tax. So what do? I create a foundation, charitable foundation. I employ everybody, and he said, the whole thing is charity. You have heard about the scandal of Clinton Foundation. They took $1 billion for Haiti. They only produced 4 houses. They built 5 houses, $1 billion they took. So it's a scam. In Islam, it's a real one.
And call it philanthropy.
Philanthropy. Everything Shaitan says is upside down. So biggest charity is in our Economics of Intangible book. Biggest investment, charity in food, charity in shelter, and endowment, which is waqf. Then comes this is Western investment. Right, Western analysis. Then come foundation. Then after that, in the West, retirement saving is the biggest fund. But under that, education fund, then savings account. Very few people use their savings account. That's the lowest return. We created this graph. What does it show? The biggest return comes from charity. You can never see that in Western book. Their return starts with the endowment, which is a scam. In Surah Baqarah 2:19, Allah said, they ask you how much to spend, the second phrase. So tell them, give whatever you can spare. There's another hadith that clarifies whatever you can spare is 3 days food. So you should not save up more than 3 days food. After that you give away. Scientifically, that's the best economy. You know why? Because economy means moving. Everybody is buying and selling. More movement you have of money, if money is sitting with you, that's a waste. You want money to move. Again, this is order from Allah. Whatever Allah has provided, just spend before death comes to you. What was the real life example when Prophet said, this is a hadith. This is another Quran. No, this is a hadith.
Yeah, hadith.
Prophet said, Shaykh al-Bukhari.
Yeah. He said, Prophet is ordering us that whatever you have for this, for your spending, is yours. Right? You can spend. But whatever you save up actually belongs to your future generation. It's not you. So remember what Allah said? Spare, whatever you can spare, donate. So literally, we should not be looking into saving for ourselves. It's for future generation. So we don't have any authority. So spending guideline is very clear. Whatever you have, you start to spend for charity and good cause. Yeah, another Quranic verse. So wealth through charity, to purify them, is order from Quran.
Professor, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
It is beyond the subject of your talk, but it's relevant.
Yes.
At the time of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, we have some kind of Baitul Mal, as we say,
Yes.
the financial,
Treasury.
yeah. And today, in different Islamic religions, for example, in Shia, in Sunni, and different kinds, we have a kind of tax that is paid by us. For example, in Shia, we have khums, which is 1/5, and also zakat. We have zakat.
2.5%.
And also in as I've heard, in Sunni they have 1/10 Ushr, yeah. And I'm confused that yeah, in today's financial system we have tax, and that is paid by every citizen of that country. So can we say that the tax of the time of Prophet Muhammad was a kind of tax, financial tax, and
May Allah reward you. Have you seen my son's presentation yesterday?
No.
You should see it.
You share with
Yeah, when you have time, it's a long one, but he addresses this particular problem. In US, there was no income tax.
yeah.
You know that. There was no tax in US. And that's in real life, not long ago. It's a modern age. Everything was local. You want your garbage to be picked up, you don't pay tax. It's not a municipality. You have your own community, right? Everything was local. In Prophet's time, only tax there was is zakah. Right? It's not tax, it's purification. It actually increases your wealth.
Yeah.
Zakah has a different meaning, it's not tax. There was no other tax outside of state of war. State of war, how much did Abu Bakr bring? Everything he had, 100%. How much did Omar bring? Half. Osman, 1/3. Right? So that's not tax. It's a state of war. You want to give no obligation. It's like charity. Whatever you can have. No obligation. It's not a forced tax. You don't go to jail if you don't. Omar introduced the rule of tariff. You know what tariff is? It's very important thing in international trade.
Yeah.
If I'm selling to you, when it comes to you, your government is taking tax. For that government, if you want to sell to us, we want to impose tax. How does that benefit the people? Because you are encouraging local products, right? If you have a local person, then he's competing with American goods. People are fascinated by American goods. Put tariff on the American one. It's not a tax, it's a tariff. So you're discouraging. Oman introduced that. Very, very good system. So these are one of some of the examples that we have from Khulafa Rashidun. But starting from Muawiyah, they started to tax new Muslims. Jizya. Jizya was another one. Remember?
Yeah.
It was not non-Muslims, for non-Muslims who are at peace, which is because they are not fighting, they are not taking a lot of risk.
They live in Dar al-Islam.
That's right. So that was levied on them. But after Khulafa Rashidin ended, they started to tax new Muslims. That was the Zoom. Because nowhere in Quran it allows you to treat new Muslims like Yahud and Nasara. What did they say? Yeah. So what was the fatwa of Abu Hanifa? Do you know? Many people don't realize that. You are Hanafi. You know what his fatwa was? You can kill the tax collector. This is zulm.
The tax taker?
Yes. If somebody comes on your door, imagine, no wonder he was jailed. Imagine somebody collecting tax because it's not legal. You can kill him.
There is a hadith Sharif la yadkhul al-jannata sahib al-maks. Those who are taking tax, he will not enter the Jannah.
So that was fatwa of Abu Hanifa. All the Sunni countries are happily taxing everything. Happily. Nobody even asked. I was in a hotel for 2 months. In here, it says, in a hotel, once you enter the hotel, you do not pay upfront. When you leave, you pay. So a week later, the guy comes and says, "Doctor, can you pay?" I said, "What happened? I'm not leaving yet." He said, "No, they want, Taliban wants tax." For the tax part, they have to collect.
How the government make money while rejecting the tax?
This is the thing.
Foundation way.
What was the example? See, you have to see what in Prophet's time. Do you know what is the biggest worry of Sahaba? That our government will become too big. Who paid tax? How did money belongs to Allah and His Messenger, right? How did they operate? What is the income of Ali? Ali was a judge, wasn't he? Judges were highest paid in Umar's time, for a good reason. Who was paying them? Treasury was so full that they did not know how to spend. Why? Because wealth, the economic growth comes from Allah. That is the most, in history of mankind, as you know, the most vibrant economy was Khulafa Rashidun. And look at that, what is the biggest source of income? Do you guys know?
Yes.
Yes. Why?
Wars.
As you mentioned before, that Osher, Homs, Thai, Ghanima.
Yes, Ghanima is a very
reason.
Yeah, Ghanima, because I think
You
it's
be careful when you get up because you might hit the.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Actually, Ghanima is a very important.
That's right.
It's
The
sorted
biggest
with
was-
that. In the Jang of Badr, then the Surah and Paul was.
Yes.
The Surah and Paul was.
So mashallah, you guys have Ghanima of about $7 billion from this.
And also,
But
Jizya we
jizya, we
have.
have zakat.
Zakat,
Yeah. Zakat is a legitimate earning of the government. But most importantly, people don't get it. Islamic government cannot be big. Islamic government cannot give money, the most money to the governors. Most money, who is it going to? Judges. You know why? Because you don't want judges to be corrupt.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Look around, the most corrupt are the judges today. Most corrupt. Everything is turned upside down.
The second part of my question remains.
Yes, what is it?
So when you have zakat, for example, when you have the jizya, or when you have, for example, the wars and
Yes,
the
Ganima.
ghanima, and so they were a kind of tax of the prophet time.
Yes.
Yeah.
So to speak.
So in this government, because the previous government was, for example,
Taghut.
as they say that they were controlled by a foreign country.
It's the Taghut government.
Yeah, Taghut.
Mashallah, we have a
Government.
khilafah now.
So we have established the Islamic government here.
Yes.
So here we have tax that is paid by the citizens of
Yes,
this
yes.
country, and also we have ushur, we have khums, we have zakat. So we have three different categories of tax.
And
Yes.
the top of all of that is tax.
Is it legal? Is it legal? Because in Prophet Muhammad time we have
I will reply.
one kind
I
of
will
tax.
reply.
No, you better
One kind
reply.
of tax.
I think somebody from GDI is waiting outside to arrest me.
No.
I'm just joking. Don't get
Actually, Hamasi told.
No way.
Hamasi, no?
That's all, no way.
No. Hamasi told it. Hamasi is a scholar. He also see, and when the Islamic Republic was here, it was not Islamic Republic, but Republic was here. The Jamhuriyat. Hamasi has investigated this issue and elaborated on this. That tax is absolutely haram and illegal. Okay. So when it was illegal in Jamhuriyat time, it's illegal now, whether they are taking or not. Okay, it's
Theoretically.
absolutely illegal.
But-
But
No.
if the name of tax is replaced by fees,
Yes, it's like saying I don't call it interest, I call it bonus.
It's a Israeli question.
That's exactly. No, seriously though, if I had to advise, and which I have done several occasions, I asked the ministers, why do you have ministries? Why do you have so many government employees? It's not Islamic. You have to catch the source. Why do they need money? This tax is for paying people. Why? If you look around, you can find out all the money is going to bad things. What? Surveillance cameras, most expensive one. Thousands of them. They're expensive. Military. I saw Taliban military wearing suit in a Dubai defense exhibition. I said, brother, what are you doing? These guys are stooges of America. You defeated America, and you're coming to Dubai to bomb it. They should come to you to learn how to make war. And you are going to Dubai? Turkish companies, Turkish military companies are all over here. All over. I know many of them. Teaching Taliban how to make military. Isn't that absurd? So if you look at the source, this money is directly going to Shaitan. Afghan employees are very poorly paid. You can testify that. I know big officials, like they're making like 30,000 Afghani. I said, what is this?
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely.
They are
That
all
is
in
really-
debt. Most
things are
importantly, they are in debt for hospital. I talked about one case. They're collecting money so they can pay the bill for a child that hospital can get the money because this is a private hospital.
University lecturers start
25.
starting salary is from around $400.
Yes. So this is insane. It doesn't have to be. What you need to do is make everybody an entrepreneur. Say, brother, why do you want to make money standing as a guard? Much better job would be you open a shop. Who are opening the shops? You know, the immigrants that came out, the refugees that came out from Pakistan, they were sent back. They are opening shop. This is Peshawari kebab because he learned from Peshawar.
Yeah.
How about something more creative? You know, I will tell you right now. Afghan had the best metallurgical industry. They used to sell gold to pharaohs. They had the best carpet, even better than Iranian carpet. What happened to those? You have lithium sitting there. You are buying batteries from China. Copper, all the things. You have it, you had it. Afghanistan was top in the world for making guns. We read that in our history. Afghanistan best gunmen because they are born as a warrior. They make guns. You do not make any guns. What happened to that? And I'm telling you, tomorrow, if you make organic iron, organic gold, you'll be the jewel of the world. Everybody will come to you and say, how do you do this? That's why I was talking to Zahir, that anything you plan, anything you invent, is worth gold. And that's what we're doing in this class. And we'll see in the coming days that it's very easy. It starts with having the knowledge. You have mashallah. So having the knowledge, it makes you creative. In Surah Baqarah 151, this is the role of every prophet. You recite from Quran, you purify them, you teach them hikmah, and you give them knowledge that they do not have. New knowledge is research. 151 Baqarah. And that's the motto of my university that we propose. But it's really breathtaking when you see all this big Khulafa Rashidin. Their biggest worry was our government will become too big. Because government itself is a waste. Islam does not like government. Government means corruption. Nobody should have power other than Allah. And this government creates opacity, it creates confusion. Did you know this? Sahaba were very worried about the government becoming too big. They even wondered if it is halal to have a governor.
But excuse me, in today's world, when we build our government according to the orders of our prophet or orders from Allah, and internally it should be possible and acceptable. But we have our outside world that we should connect them because it's compulsory and it's necessary to.
Jamal Ali, we have a very good example. I see what you mean. You know, I'm not biased because I was always Sunni, right? I did not have a hatred for Shia. When the Iranian Revolution took place, I was really overjoyed. To me, that was the first case after Khulafa Rashidin where there is a system. The most righteous man is the leader. No other system exists. Correct me if I'm wrong. After Umar bin Abdulaziz, there was no head of state who was the most righteous. It started with Iran. Right away, what was the biggest fear? I was in that conference in London. I was physically there. They were saying it will only last 6 months. The West. Only gave 6 months. It will collapse. Within that 6 months, I don't know if you read in the news, 70 leaders were killed in one bomb blast. They were so sure that they announced that it would be killed, it would be gone. Shaitan will try. What happened after that? War started with Iraq. Who supported Iraq? Both Soviet Union and US. First time in history, these two adversaries, Soviet Union and Iran, US, that hate each other, are helping Iraq to fight Iran. So it is expected. So it's no surprise that today Afghanistan is under, who is the biggest threat to Afghanistan? Pakistan, isn't it? Aren't they Sunni? Aren't they Muslim? That's what. First, they started with Shia Sunni, now within Sunni, Sunni. So today, Taliban government has much better relationship with Iran than Pakistan.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's very logical. It's expected. But at no time we can say, what can you do? We must do this. No, there is nothing you must do. Only thing you have to do is follow Allah's order. That's your job.
So shall I stop?
You can start.
Thanks a lot.